If you have been on my channel before, you guys know that I love ranking series, and today we're going to be ranking, in my opinion, the top 10 romance anime of all time. I will say, since these are my favorites, I will rank some a bit unfairly. What do you mean by that? You will see. I haven't done a video on this in the past, and today the list has changed quite a bit. Lastly, for series like Sword Art Online or the Monogatari series, romance, it's huge for the story, but they are so much deeper than that with tons of plots going on aside from it, so they won't count today. With the intro out of the way, let's get started. To start off, I'm going to throw out some honorable mentions. If your favorite series isn't here, oops. Megami no Cafe. It's insane because I love this series so much. I even have a video talking about it on my channel. Nisekoi, Bokubin, Yurusei Yatsura, Kokoro Connect, Alya sometimes has their feelings in Russian, Makin Too Many Losing Heroines, and that's about it. But now for the actual list. Number 10, I have Call of the Night. The story follows Ko Yamori. He's a 14-year-old boy who becomes disillusioned with the monotony and expectations of everyday life. He stops going to school and develops insomnia. One night while wandering the streets, he meets a mysterious and playful girl named Nazuna Nanakusa, who turns out to be a vampire. Ko becomes fascinated by the freedom of the night and by Nazuna herself. He learns that if he wants to become a vampire, he must fall in love with one, so he begins spending more nights with Nazuna, trying to understand love, himself, and the world of vampires. This is such an interesting take on the romance genre. I believe I finished this in like 2 days. I was addicted to it. I won't spoil much of the plot for people who really want to watch this anime, but Ko's and Nazuna's dynamic is just amazing. We are getting a second season and I'm so excited for it. Just go watch the show, please. Number 9, I have The Duke of Death and His Maid. The story centers on a young nobleman known as the Duke who was cursed as a child by a witch. The curse is tragic. Everything that he touches dies. Plants, animals, and even a human would die if they made contact with him. Because of this, the Duke is exiled by his own family to a remote mansion where he lives in isolation. His only companion is his devoted and teasing maid Alice, who constantly flirts with him despite the fact that he can't touch her. Their relationship is filled with romantic tension, playful banter, and emotional warmth. As the series progresses, the Duke searches for a way to break the curse, hoping for a future where he and Alice can be together without barriers. Along the way, they encounter witches, magical beings, and other quirky characters who help in their quest. In the beginning of the series, the Duke and Alice's relationship seems very wholesome, but there was like zero problematic things going on between the two, and I question, were they always this close? The answer is no. The Duke, since he was cursed, really didn't want anyone to get close to him, which is very real and sad. He treated Alice very badly when she first arrived, but she got him to open up to her, and bro, shit made me really emotional in the show. I'm surprised I have it at only number 9. Okay, number 8, The Quintessential Quintuplets, a series that we all know of. The story follows Futaro Usugi, a brilliant but broke high school student who is hired as a private tutor for a group of quintuplet sisters, the Nakano sisters, who are all failing academically. All 5 girls look identical, but they all have different personalities, and none of them really wants him to tutor them at first, but with time, they all warm up to Futaro, and he becomes an integral part of their daily lives. This anime got me to fall in love with the romance genre, and it will always have a place in my heart. It will never escape the top 10, brother. Having 5 sisters who look exactly the same, basically. We can tell on screen who is who, but apparently in the universe of this series, they are identical. Not knowing who Futaro was going to end up with had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, bro. Like, I knew the entire time Miku wouldn't be picked. I'm still hurt to this day, but hey, respect to the author. I have to applaud him for that, and that ending alone makes this series higher rated for me. At number 7, I have Boarding School Juliet. We know the story of Romeo and Juliet. It's one of the most well-known stories ever made, but this anime makes it into something that can stand alone. Set in the prestigious Dahlia Academy, where students from 2 rival nations, the nation of Tawa and the Principality of West, they are both grouped into opposing dormitories. The story follows Romeo Inuzuka, the leader of the Black Dogs, and Juliet Persia, the leader of the White Cats. Though their nations and schools are locked in a bitter rivalry, Romeo has been secretly in love with Juliet for years. One day he confesses to her, and to his surprise, she reciprocates it. The catch? Because of their factions' hostility, they must keep their relationship a secret. I have so much love for this series, it's phenomenal. I can't believe it took me so long to give it a shot. Inuzuka and Persia's relationship are one of my favorites in anime history. I absolutely hate that there is no season 2. Why not? It's perfect. Everybody gives it praise all the time. Number 6, Bunny Girl Senpai. The story follows Sakuta, a high school student who encounters a mysterious phenomenon called adolescent syndrome, a supernatural occurrence that affects teenagers in very unusual ways, often triggered by emotional or psychological struggles. One day he sees a girl dressed as a bunny, walking through a library unnoticed by everyone. She turns out to be Mai, a famous actress who's taking a break from showbiz because of adolescent syndrome. People have literally begun to forget that she exists. I hate that the name is attached to this anime because for the longest time I avoided this masterpiece because of the title and the cover art. You would think it's a show with just pure fan service, but this show goes so much deeper. It deals with supernatural elements. It tackles things such as mental health. Monogatari, it is somewhat similar, but I do feel like this anime centers on romance quite a bit more, which is why I put this here. Number 5, The Dangers in My Heart. It's one of the newest romance anime on this list, and there isn't much to say in all honesty. The story centers around Ichikawa, and in the beginning he was very creepy. I didn't like him, but as the series goes on, it gets deeper and deeper. He starts observing our female lead, Ana Yamada. She is the idol of the class essentially, but Ichikawa observes her and notices that she isn't what everyone makes her out to be. She is a lighthearted, clumsy person that I'm sure many people can relate to, and their dynamic is amazing to watch. I love these two characters, and season 2 of this show is one of the anime I have rated as a 10. It was fucking perfect. Relationships are handled so realistically. Just watch the show. Okay, number 4, I have Grand Blue Dreaming. In season 1, the romance wasn't there as much as I'd like, but it was still there for the most part. And this series is probably one of the funniest I've ever seen in my entire life. The story follows Iori Kitahara, a college freshman who moves to a seaside town to attend university and live with his uncle, who runs a scuba diving shop called Grand Blue. Iori imagines a peaceful, idyllic life filled with studying and romance for his college life, but instead he gets thrown headfirst into the chaotic world of the local diving club, which is more about partying and constant drinking and crazy antics than actual diving. The club members are a bunch of half-naked, muscle-bound lunatics, and Iori quickly gets roped into their antics. Every character in this cast is hilarious, and you will love all of them in their own unique ways. And I really like how this show is centered around college life because although I enjoy the high school setting, college is closer to the age I am now, and I relate to that way more. Drinking, partying, and things that we all relate to. Okay, number 3, a series that is very dear to my heart, Yamadakun and the Seven Witches, a series that maybe not everyone has heard of. The story follows Ryu Yamada, a delinquent student at Suzaku High who is known for getting into fights and having a bad attitude. One day he accidentally falls down the stairs with the quiet and smart honor student Urara Shiraishi, and when they wake up, they've swapped bodies. They soon discover that kissing triggers a strange phenomenon, and it's part of a deeper mystery. Their school has 7 witches with a magical power activated by a kiss. Yamada and Shiraishi team up with the others to uncover their identities and powers. I love magic when it comes to anything, anime, live action shows, books, you name it. It's such a fun series. I love Shiraishi so much. People say that she is bland, but I love her. Also, this show has the best anime opening of all time, by the way. Okay, at number 2, I have Blue Box. This is here not just based on the anime, but the manga as well. I know that's kind of cheating, but it's a love story that focuses on Shinatsu, a young girl who plays basketball, and Taiki Inomata, a boy who plays badminton. This show depicts relationships and feelings in a very realistic way, and I binge read the manga in a few days. The characters aren't just great, but also the way that they highlight the importance of their respective sports is really good as well. Chinatsu, Hina, Kyo, Taiki, the entire cast is great. Such a good cast of characters, and I cannot wait for season 2, and everybody will enjoy it. Lastly, at number 1, I have Tonikawa, or Over the Moon for You. I love this series so much. The story follows Nasa Yuzuki, a super smart and driven high school student with an unusual name. One snowy night he gets hit by a truck, but he is saved at the last second by a mysterious and beautiful girl named Tsukasa Tsukiyomi. In his dazed state, Nasa confesses his love to her. Her response was that she would go out with him, but after they got married. Then she disappeared, but after some years later, she showed up at his doorstep with marriage papers and he signed them without hesitation, and just like that they became husband and wife. This series is wholesome but also heartbreaking after reading the manga. I was spoiled by the manga one day for this series, and I just had to catch up to the manga to understand what was going on. I'm talking about the cover art for a volume, by the way, because after seeing 2 seasons of just wholesome moments, how would we get to such a crazy manga cover? And after catching up to it, it's definitely my #1 romance series of all time. Thanks to everybody who watched this video. Let me know if you agree with this list or what you would change about it. Just comment down below what you thought. I will see you next time.